Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about the things we love like gaming, shows, and anime. Halloween is only days away and I would like to show you all 10 great movies to watch during Halloween, or simply for the joy and horror of this month. Now, every year on October I will recommend 10 movies to watch for the month of Halloween, so these are completely random and not movies that came out that specific year. It's something I'd like to do for those of you who don't have any plans for Halloween or can't find a good horror flick to watch. Let's hope you like horror flicks and spooky movies, cause here we go! Number 10. Paranormal Activity Tokyo Night. I'm sure many of you have seen all the Paranormal Activity movies, but did you know that Japan had their own version of the first movie? Well, I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be connected with the franchise or if it's a spin-off of the first movie or a rip-off, but it's actually pretty good. If you remember the potential the movies had, this one takes the concept of the first movie and amps it up with some great spooky moments. There are some memorable parts that keep me recommending this movie to Paranormal Activity fans, and since I am only recommending this film, I will not spoil anything here and let you see it for yourself. Number 9. Contracted. This movie has a simple concept. What happens to a person who is infected with the zombie virus? What do they experience during their early moments up until their final moments? I've always wanted to see a movie like this because I've read many stories like in Resident Evil on people who were infected and explained their experiences with the changes in their body. If any of you have wanted to see this, you won't be disappointed. The acting isn't half bad, and you can find this movie on Netflix, so there's no need to buy it online as I have never seen this movie on DVD anywhere, so sit back and enjoy the horrifying experience of the protagonist. Number 8. Grave Encounters. I love this movie for one thing. What happens when you take Ghost Adventures and Corpse Party, then put the two together? You get this crazy flick. The story is about this small group of paranormal explorers who are identical to the cast of Ghost Adventures, and showing us that they have never experienced anything paranormal and they only pretend to be experiencing these things for entertainment. That left me wondering whether the Ghost Adventures crew does the same. Hopefully not, because what happens here when they decide to fuck with the wrong asylum, well, things turn for the worse. Then that's when the concept of Corpse Party takes place. If you've never heard of Corpse Party, then that's good, so I know I did not spoil the surprise. Number 7. Return of the Living Dead. If you've all seen the George A. Romero flicks like Night of the Living Dead, then you will love this sort of spin-off movie of the franchise. It's not a George A. Romero film, but it does tie in with the series in a way. They mention the events of Night of the Living Dead and say that it was all covered and put into a movie. But the zombies in this film are not at all the same as the ones in George A. Romero's films. You'll be surprised to see that there is close to no way on how to kill these zombies. Things begin to get out of control after the first outbreak, but you want to see this for yourself. Number 6. Splinter. When I saw this movie, I told myself never to get near roadkill ever. Not that I play with roadkill or mess with it. Never mind what I said. The plot of this movie is there's a parasite that takes control of anyone or anything that gets near it. But once it touches you, you're fucked. This thing cannot be controlled, and it keeps our main characters locked in a gas station until they either come up with a plan or simply wait for help to arrive. Whichever one hopefully works out. Number 5. Quarantine. I'm sure many of you have seen this, and you're possibly not a big fan of the movie, but hear me out. The first time I saw this movie, it was in theaters. The experience was insane. It was perfect in theaters, but when I saw it again at home, it wasn't the same. So for those of you who haven't seen it yet, and would like to check it out, make sure you watch it in the dark, with surround sound and a really big screen. The plot of the movie is that a news crew gets stuck in a quarantine apartment with people who have an infectious virus that acts like rabies, and things get out of control since there is no escape. Or is there? Number 4. As Above, So Below. I hope many of you haven't seen this movie yet because I highly recommend all of you to watch this. It's another found footage film, but it doesn't get annoying like many other films do. It is about a team of explorers who venture into the catacombs that lie beneath the streets of Paris. where they uncover the dark secret that lies within the city of the dead. It is full of puzzles and many dark mysteries. You will be surprised to see how deep things get, and for those of you who are claustrophobic, you will be terrified and you won't ever want to become an explorer for sure. Number 3. Stay Alive. This movie had to be included on the list. I really like the concept of it. A group of teens play an indie horror game, and if they die in the game, they die in real life. The movie came out in 2006, and honestly, the game looks scary. I would have loved to play this game in real life, as long as you don't die in real life, like in the game. I recommend this movie for Halloween or simply October because nowadays, almost everyone is playing video games, and if there was an online game that is similar to Silent Hill and Call of Duty Zombies, having you work together with your friends trying to beat the game without dying once, I'm sure it would sell really well around the world. But anyways, the movie is great, very enjoyable if you're a gamer, especially one who loves horror games, then you'll enjoy this movie. Number 2. The Conjuring. The Conjuring is a movie based on true events, and surely you've all seen it and remember the scary doll that spawned a prequel known as Annabelle. But if you haven't seen this movie yet, then holy crap, you're in for a surprise. One of the worst things that could ever happen to you is moving into a haunted house and getting possessed by a demon. Imagine how the real family felt when they experienced this. Luckily, there's a couple that make a living by fighting off evil spirits and collecting objects that have had some sort of a demonic possession, so at least the family isn't on their own like in the Amityville Horror. If you enjoy watching movies like The Exorcist, the original Poltergeist, and the Amityville Horror, then you're gonna like what's in store for this film. Number 1. Cabin in the Woods. I hope that many of you have not seen this movie yet because holy crap, this has got to be the best movie for a horror movie lover. It basically combines all the things you love about horror movies and throws it all in a blender and you have one kick-ass film. To me, I honestly liked every character in the movie. The concept of this movie is insane and I cannot say anything about the plot, otherwise I will spoil it. And I want all of you new viewers to experience it for yourselves. Do not miss out on this film. If you enjoy movies like Friday the 13th, more like if you enjoy horror movies and if you ever wanted to watch a movie that was similar to the game known as Zombies Ate My Neighbors, then watch this movie right away. You won't be disappointed. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, please leave a thumbs up, especially since YouTube is screwing over this channel and a thumbs up is what makes YouTube look the other way. Share and subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to click on the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to notify you of every new video that gets uploaded to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and Facebook to find out which videos are up next and whatever random posts I make. But anyways, I'll see you on the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.